Water's popularity just won't quit. Sales have grown every year since 2013, but do great sales mean that it's worth drinking?
And are the so-called benefits of alkaline water, like preventing cancer, promoting weight loss, or improving bone density, legit? That's what we break down in this very first episode of Waste of Money or Worth It. Let's dive in.
So good. So today we are diving into a topic and helping listeners understand if it's a waste of their money or it's worth it, which is a new format that is like your baby that you brought it. I'm super, super excited.
I'm really excited, and I'm really excited about this episode. You know, there is nothing I love more in the nutrition research world than when I find that what I think or what my previous knowledge has taught me about a subject, there's nothing I love more than when I start digging into the research and I'm kind of wrong.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like, you do really love an opportunity to be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was really wrong.
I love it. And I'm a little bit wrong here. Now, we're going to get into some of the, suggested benefits. And I'm going to kind of explain alkaline water, what it is, and then some of the claims it can do. And then I'm going to go through and tell you, nope, wouldn't buy it for this benefit, wouldn't buy it for this. But then there were two surprising studies that I found that kind of make me want to go buy some alkaline water.
In fact, you're drinking from a bottle of alkaline water right now as we record.
I'm literally drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So really, listeners are going to love it when they hear these benefits too, especially our population of listeners. But
especially females.
Yeah.
Which surprised me.
Yeah. Okay. What is alkaline water? And here's the thing is I buy it at the gas station, especially on a road trip all the time. I buy it because I like the flavors. Not flavors, like it's not flavored water, but I like the
particular brand,
the way that
alkaline.
it tastes. Yeah. And usually it also comes with electrolytes in it as well, like some of the brands that I buy. And so I'm like, oh, good. Now I'm going to add my electrolytes to this and I'm really going to like pump myself up.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen it at the gas station. I've seen it at like, the CVS, the Walgreens, whatever. But what exactly is it?
Okay. So I'm going to take you briefly back to science class, real basic science class, and do a quick review of the pH scale. The pH scale is how you measure how acidic or basic a fluid is, and it ranges from 0 to 14. 7, right in the middle, is considered neutral. Mm-hmm. It's not acidic, it's not basic, it's neutral. The lower you go, the more acidic a fluid is. So I believe like lemon juice is like around 2. Battery acid is around like 1.5 or something.
Well, let's just not drink some battery acid.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
The more basic or alkaline that you go, the higher the pH is.
Yeah.
So anything above a 7 is technically alkaline when you measure it on the pH scale. So to give you some examples of what pH is in our body, our normal blood pH is 7.35 to 7.45. So around neutral pretty much, but very slight amount of alkalinity.
Alkaline.
Yeah. And this is very tightly controlled by our body. You don't want to get outside this or you're going to have issues.
But our body is built, which you'll talk about in a minute too. Like our body is built to regulate this the way it's
exactly
in that very tight range.
Now, stomach acid
is
acidic. Surprise, surprise. Its pH ranges from 1.5 to 3.5. Forgot how acidic it was. Okay, so now let's talk about some waters, like tap water. What is the typical pH of it? The EPA has recommendations for cities for like municipal water supplies, and they recommend that the water pH is between 6.5 to 8.5. They say most water supplies, the average is 7 to maybe 7.5. So pretty neutral. Your common bottled waters are usually neutral, right around 7.0. Your alkaline bottled waters, higher pH, between 8 or 9. Although this one that I'm sitting here drinking here, it's the Smart Water Alkaline. It says 9.5. So
I've never really looked when I've bought them to see if it advertises what the pH is on the bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it now that you're talking about it, but I'm going to have to go look at my preferred brand.
Yeah.
To see if it lists it as well. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Now, true, like naturally found alkaline water. It is like spring water running over rocks. And it is alkaline or becomes alkaline because it's running over different rocks that put higher amounts of certain mineral ions in it, like calcium, like magnesium, like potassium, even iron.
Those are all the ones on the periodic table that have the plus on them, by the way.
Yes.
Just for people who really want to take it back to chemistry.
Yeah. So in nature, what happens is that water's running over those, so the concentration of those increases, and that increases the pH of that water.
Got it.
Okay? So it's not just, so you think, oh, great, this water has a high pH. Well, not all alkaline waters are really created equal, and I can get into that more at the end, because there are, of course, we have now come up with several ways to
make your own
increase
DIY.
the pH of your water, and you can do it through, I think it's called I keep wanting to say electrolysis. It's not that.
It's not electrolysis.
It's like electrolysis, where they put electric energy in the water and it alters the ions, so the pH rises.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to share with you is that really most of the benefits where there is research for benefits, most of the benefit appears to come from not the pH itself, but the pH being raised because you have those higher amounts of calcium, magnesium, potassium.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not exclusively just the presence of the minerals, but it's like the combination, or at least the research suggests that it's the combination.
Well, it's the minerals that increase the pH.
Yeah.
So I'm saying get one whose pH is increased by the minerals, not one that's just been electrolyzed.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and what this does when you add these alkaline minerals like calcium, potassium, magnesium to water is it has what they call a negative oxidation reduction potential. Okay, that's essentially the ability of water to act as an antioxidant. So it is the higher the pH, the more potential it has, so the more antioxidizing it is. And that's where they attribute some of the benefits. So just remember that for later. Okay, so your body's pH. Here's my big thing. My issue with alkaline water has been, and I wrote a story about it 5 or 6 years ago, and my consensus, there wasn't much research at the time, but my consensus was, I think we are seriously underestimating how amazing and intricately designed our body is to manage its own pH.
Yeah.
This
is why when we started talking about this, doing alkaline water as a topic under within the guardrails of waste of money or worth it, that you and I both were like, oh, well, it's going to be a waste of money.
Right.
Unless you care about the taste, which,
right.
It's going to be a waste of money.
And that's what I wrote in an article. Gosh, it was maybe 6 or 7 years ago now. But
here's
the
thing about nutrition science. It evolves.
Yes.
And so do we, Carolyn. Yeah. So do we.
So we are not, I think a lot of people are under the impression that alkaline is going to lower the acidity in our body. It ain't lowering the acidity in our body.
Yeah.
Okay? Your kidneys and lungs and your buffer systems keep your body in that strict range of 7.35 to 7.45. So you are not changing the acidity of your body by drinking alkaline water. Okay? You really can't change it drastically through diet. So even I know some people I think there's foods that are supposed to be more acidic or alkaline. Your body's so highly regulated. What you take in through your diet doesn't really matter. Plus, whatever you take in, whether it's alkaline water or food, once it hits your stomach, you've got the stomach acid.
Yeah.
So it's going to dramatically decrease it. So, So you may potentially increase your stomach fluid pH a little by drinking alkaline water, but that's only going to be temporary. You really aren't changing the pH of your blood and your body. Now, I mentioned this in a study, that's why I'm going to bring it up now, is it can change your urinary pH, which may be a good thing.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So one legit benefit of alkaline water is that it can provide relief of heartburn from acid reflux because it can neutralize somewhat that stomach acid.
Right.
But again, this is only temporary. So if you've got a lot of acid reflux happening or heartburn, things like antacids or other things to block the stomach acid production can be better long term
than some alkaline water.
Yeah. But if you don't have those and you're having it, you might want to try some alkaline water.
I mean, I don't usually suffer from acid reflux, but I know plenty of people who do.
Well, we're coming up on Thanksgiving.
That's true. That is true. Okay, so alkaline water is definitely kind of like a newer thing in terms of at least like bottled in, and in becoming popular. So what is the obsession with alkaline water?
So I've considered alkaline water a trend. I think you probably have too.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a trend that's stuck around.
It really has stuck around.
And I understand why, once I get in the research a little. But sales have significantly grown for alkaline water every year since 2013. It's like that trend that won't go away. And sometimes that's when you need to look at trends a little closer. Yeah. But let me say, proponents of alkaline water, and I think this is probably why you and I just assumed like it's a waste of money at first, because there's some crazy people out there saying some crazy stuff that alkaline water can do. There's people who suggest that it can decrease your risk of cancer, even cure cancer, because you're lowering the pH of your body. No, you're not. They say it can increase blood viscosity. That's how efficiently your blood flows through vessels. Improve hydration. Improve bone density. Improve aging, like actually slow, decelerate the aging process is what I read. Mm-hmm. Improve metabolic health, like lower blood glucose.
Yeah. Improve.
Decrease risk of insulin sensitivity. Some even say it can lead to weight loss and decrease risk of kidney stones. These are kind of the big ones. So what I decided to do is take some of these and look at the research. And I'm going to tell you what there is no evidence for.
Yeah.
That I don't think I would not use
alkaline water. You would not be buying alkaline water for this.
Yes. And then I'm going to tell you some that, there's some interesting, a little tiny few studies suggesting alkaline water may be beneficial, but I wouldn't rely on alkaline water being your primary health therapy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'd buy them for those.
Like exclusively. Like you wouldn't necessarily jump over just to alkaline water.
But there were 2 studies that really floored me and really make me want to buy alkaline water. So I'm going to tell you what those benefits are when we get to those. So, let's start first with
not worth it, no evidence.
No. Cancer.
I mean,
there's a systematic review, which is where they take hundreds of studies and compile the data all together.
And they look at all of it.
They looked at alkaline water with any cancer outcome or using it for cancer treatment, and they found no association between diet acid load, meaning putting more alkaline substances in your body like alkaline water, or any cancers. And the researchers went this far to say, I wrote down the quote, there is almost no actual evidence to either support or disprove these ideas. This review revealed a lack of evidence for the initiation or treatment of cancer. Promotion of an alkaline diet or alkaline water to the public for cancer prevention or treatment is not justified. I think they felt that strongly.
Wow.
So, no, don't rely on it for cancer prevention, cancer treatment.
Yes.
I mean, it's not going to hurt you if you drink it, but
it's not.
Don't put any eggs in that basket.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, the other thing that I wouldn't rely on it for is improved aging.
Yeah.
There are some limited studies, but they're only in mice or in, in vivo? Is that how you say it?
Like in petri dishes. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they did this 3-year trial with mice, and they fed them alkaline water, and those that got alkaline seemed to live longer, and they attributed it to a deceleration of aging factor.
Oh.
But, I mean...
Because they were looking at telomere length.
Yeah. And, so there's not enough evidence to suggest it's going to slow the aging process. It is not the fountain of youth. Now, again, it won't hurt you.
Right.
But keep getting the Botox. I think good nights of sleep are going to slow the aging process much better than alkaline water.
That's so true.
The other thing is, do not rely on it. There's no evidence to suggest it leads to weight loss.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, we're going to come back later to weight and body fat percentage, because it does play into it, but there is no direct link between alkaline water causing weight loss. Okay. So
encouraging.
Choose a healthier diet, get moving, get some sleep. Yes. Don't just drink alkaline water. Weight loss isn't going to happen.
Got it. Got it.
So those are the things you should not waste your money on if you're trying to solve those health issues.
Okay.
So let's talk about the ones, and these are in yellow for Brierley's reference, that there's an interesting small study or two that kind of make you go, huh. But again, I don't know if these are ones where I would spend the money on alkaline water every day for. So first one is gut health. So this is a fairly new study. 20 men were given either 5 milliliters of tap water or alkaline water to drink each day for 2 weeks. And the alkaline water group, it didn't drastically change their gut microbe makeup, but it did increase a microbe strain known as bifidobacterium, and that's one of the really good ones.
Yeah.
So that was positive. They also saw, and significant improvements to stool consistency.
In both groups, or more so in the alkaline water?
One.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's also remember, it was only 20 men. That was only 500 mLs of water.
Yeah. So I wouldn't buy this. I wouldn't specifically seek out alkaline water to improve my gut health.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So then there was another small study. I think there's another, probably 2 or 3 studies on improved hydration. Some people say that, just drinking plain water with a pH of 7, your body can't fully use it or can't fully absorb it. So another study looked at male soccer players, and they found that the soccer players who were given the alkaline water versus the regular water, that they demonstrated more favorable changes in hydration status in response to high-intensity interval exercise. And they were more efficient utilizing lactate, which is a byproduct you make in the energy cycle that you want to use.
Yeah.
Lactate is what a lot of people associate with, like, building up in the muscles and hurting.
And having sore muscles, yeah.
Yeah. So you want to use it up. So, but again, I don't think, just drink water for hydration. Put some electrolytes in.
It's a small population. We're talking about, like, athletes. But, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Improved viscosity, which I mentioned earlier, that is how efficiently blood flows through the vessels. So you want blood flowing very efficiently and easily.
Exactly. Let's not slow it down. Let's not thicken it up.
So there was a small study suggesting that, and again, they looked at some athletes and they measured their blood viscosity before exercise and then after exercise. And they found that the athletes who drank the alkaline water during exercise, that they had better blood viscosity than the ones who drank regular water. Now, I believe your blood viscosity improves anyway after exercise, but they found that the alkaline water group, it improved anymore. My question that I couldn't find in the article is, like, how long does this last? So I wouldn't say that alkaline water is going to be like your ticket for preventing a heart attack.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Or,
No.
heart health in general. But interesting study. Okay, so kidney stones. This was interesting. It was in the Journal of Urology, which is why it kind of
Intrigued you.
intrigued me.
Yeah.
Like, this is legit. So evidently, if patients are prone to certain types of kidney stones, there's a treatment called urinary alkalization therapy. Basically, it's things that can increase the pH of the urine. You want to increase the pH. And so they looked at 5 commercially available waters. They looked at Essentia, which is what you said is the one you like.
That's my favorite, yeah.
Smart Water, Great Value, Alkaline Water, Body Armor, Sport Water, and Perfect Hydration. And they actually measured the mineral contents. And they found that the bottled waters, they ranged in pH from 9.7 to 10.1. They had, but that electrolyte content was minimal. And they found that it was not necessarily effective to prevent kidney stones when you drink it, when you have alkaline water that doesn't have the minerals.
Okay, so that was the part where you were
saying.
So
if you had, so I think though, if you drank it with the minerals, it does show that that'll increase the pH of your urine, which is what you want to prevent kidney stones. But I thought it was interesting they took commercial ones out there and that they didn't have high enough amounts of those alkaline minerals in them to do much good.
To do what they needed it to do.
Yes.
Got it.
So, it just depends. Okay, now let's get to the really exciting ones that I really might buy alkaline water for. Okay. There is limited evidence, but there's some pretty strong studies that look at alkaline water and its potential to slow bone loss or increase bone density. So it was a 2021 study, and they took 100 postmenopausal women who had been diagnosed with osteoporosis, and half received a calcium vitamin D supplement and a medicine called Osteophos, which is used to treat and prevent bone loss. And they also gave them alkaline water, and they did this for 3 months. The other group took the calcium and vitamin D supplement and the Osteophos, but didn't incorporate alkaline water. At the 3-month mark, they found that the T-scores or the measurements of the femur and spine bones significantly increased in both groups, which is good. However, the changes in the spine were significantly higher, better in the alkaline group.
Wow.
I know.
And, okay, so the other thing is that, first of all, that age and for that particular kind of woman in that age and stage of life, just maintaining your bone mass is hard. A challenge. And they have osteoporosis. Now, granted, they were getting supplements and they were taking the Osteophos, but still, it's like a big deal to be able to just like maintain your bone mass, not even see that the score improves.
Yeah.
So that's
huge. You don't hear about that.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, unless someone starts doing like significant weight-bearing exercises.
Yeah. There has been, and I didn't have a chance to, but there has been some research in the past 10 years looking at like at pH within the bone and within the bone remodeling system. And so I think there is some legit, like, maybe it's not alkaline water, but there's some science that makes sense there.
Yeah.
And the results are awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah. Okay, but here's why I'm drinking the alkaline water today.
And here's why I will be drinking it more often.
It is this study that found, and it's not the only one, but this was a really big study, found that it improves metabolic health, and we'll talk about what that means, as well as sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was 300 plus women.
Yeah. And they took those women and they wanted to examine alkaline water's effect on signs or symptoms of metabolic syndrome, which would be elevated blood pressure, high waist circumference, higher fasting glucose, higher or abnormal triglycerides. Okay. They also looked at alkaline's water effect on sleep duration and quality, and on their hand grip strength, which is used to assess overall muscle strength. So, of those 304 women, 156 did not regularly drink alkaline water, and they had not had any in the past 2 months. The other 148 were regular alkaline water drinkers, and they were recruited. They had a contact list from an alkaline water company, like service, that delivered it. And so they recruited the women that way.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I thought that was cool. So, as a whole, participants, when they put both groups together, they got about 5.5 hours of sleep. 2/3 were poor sleepers. 6 out of 10 had poor grip strength. And approximately 1 in 2 had signs of metabolic syndrome. The most common signs were elevated blood pressure, high waist circumference, and abnormal lipids. Like triglyceride and HDL. Yeah.
Okay.
The two groups were similar in age, activity. They had no significant differences in education, employment, income. So it was a pretty well, even balanced compilation of people. So, and also when they compared data, they took data about their diet and stuff, but the two groups had similar diet quality, dietary acid load, similar HDL, similar diastolic blood pressure, which is the number on top, and similar BMI. Okay, here's where it differs. The regular alkaline drinkers were found to have significantly lower body weights and percent body fat, even though the BMIs were essentially the same.
Yeah.
They had significantly higher muscle strength. They had longer sleep duration. They got an average of approximately 70 extra minutes of sleep a night.
That's wild.
Yeah. They had a smaller proportion of the alkaline water drinkers had metabolic syndrome compared to the non-alkaline people.
Yeah.
They had significantly lower, it's called a triglyceride to HDL ratio. And you want it to be lower, but and you want it lower because triglycerides are on the top.
Yeah.
And you don't want your triglycerides too high. So they had a significantly lower ratio of that, and it was due to them having lower triglycerides.
Okay.
They had smaller waist circumference, and they had lower fasting glucose.
Wow.
Is that not crazy?
That's awesome.
So,
all just from being a regular alkaline water drinker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool.
It was crazy. So overall, they found that postmenopausal women who drank alkaline water regularly had significantly lower risk factors for metabolic syndrome, blood glucose, diastolic blood pressure, which is on the bottom, triglycerides. They had improved sleep, and they had stronger muscle strength.
That's awesome.
Now, what I liked about this study is then they went in to kind of talk about why the regular alkaline water drinkers might have these benefits. Okay, so let's talk about weight and waist circumference and lower percent body fat. Now, we don't know that. This is just what they're proposing and kind of what others have proposed.
This is just what they're thinking.
Yeah.
This is their hypothesis based on the findings.
So it's proposed that alkaline water may influence the production of your appetite hormones, like leptin and adiponectin. And or they may induce lipolysis in fat cells, which is the breakdown of fat. They may downregulate expression of factors in the fat formation pathway. And or they may reduce fat accumulation by affecting gene expression for certain enzymes and hormones. So it's not going to directly lead to weight loss, but I thought this was really interesting. And what kind of jumped out at me is they had similar BMIs, but they had lower body fat. So that kind of shows me, and they had lower waist circumference. So it looks like not only did they carry less abdominal fat, but they had slightly less fat.
Yes.
So, okay. And then why did it lower the glucose and triglyceride, or why did they have lower values, the alkaline group? And evidence does suggest that oxidative stress plays a key role in the development of diabetes, and that's going to be like high glucose, insulin resistance, that kind of thing. And they propose that alkaline water's high reducing ability, oxidative stress is caused by more free radicals than your body can handle.
Yeah.
So alkaline water, remember, it has a higher antioxidant potential.
Right.
So alkaline water may contribute to more antioxidants. And this was actually confirmed by another study where patients with diabetes were given alkaline water, and they measured oxidative stress and inflammatory markers. And those given alkaline water had lower oxidative stress and inflammatory markers. And this is also what they attribute the sleep differences to.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say that, like, it's, again, like, back to the oxidative stress and reducing it for improving your sleep. Yeah.
Most people have some kind of disordered sleep. You wake up or you can't go to sleep or, I don't know, it's disrupted somehow. That's associated with higher levels of inflammation and oxidative stress. But then also there's studies to show that when you take in like higher amounts of fruits and vegetables, you get more antioxidants.
Yeah.
You get better sleep.
You get better sleep.
It's all connected.
Yes. It all comes back to inflammation, Carolyn.
Yeah. So then I kind of was like, well, after doing all this, I realized those having higher levels of those alkaline minerals, specifically calcium, magnesium, and potassium, was really key. It wasn't just the pH that appears to be doing these health changes. And so I went and looked at Smart Water Alkaline, and then I looked at Essentia, which is alkaline water, bottled alkaline water. And what I found is, like, I'm looking at it here. They add calcium chloride, magnesium, and potassium bicarbonate to this. Now, I don't know how much they add. It doesn't tell you that. But I do like that they're adding some.
Yeah.
It may not be enough, but...
Well, and in theory, if their advertised pH is legitimate, then you're getting that combination.
Yeah. So, and it was the same for Essentia. I looked at that one too. I also was like, well, can I just make alkaline water at home? Like,
yeah.
And there's a lot of like electronic water pitchers, and they filter out stuff. And I couldn't tell. So the electronic component can change those ions to increase the pH. But the real key is you want higher levels of those minerals too.
Right.
And I couldn't tell if the filters were designed to just filter out bad stuff or if they were designed to filter out bad stuff and retain the calcium, the magnesium, the potassium.
Yeah.
And some of them are pricey.
Well, yes, because when we were talking about it before we started recording, I looked one up that was, what you install it underneath your sink, and it was $3,000. The others seem to range, in the like $400 to $600 range, which is also a heck of an investment. It did make me think, like, oh, is my electrolyte water then helping? But
it did me too.
I just did some quick looking, and it seems like, when they add, most electrolyte waters have flavoring added to them too, and so that's really not going to alter the pH of the water. It's going to keep it more acidic.
Oh. Well, I wondered when you said you added electrolytes to your alkaline water, was that lowering the pH?
Yeah, it could be undoing the benefits of the alkaline water.
Yeah. Well, and I want to say, I think I will try to drink more of it when I see it or have the ability, but I can't drink bottled water every day. It's expensive. It's not good for the planet. So I'm not treating it as an all or nothing thing.
Yeah.
If I can get a little alkaline water in each day, like that would probably be my goal, or at least every other day or something. That would be your goal, but it doesn't have to be, you can have some tap water.
Yeah.
You have to. It's the only realistic option.
Yeah, absolutely. But if I have to buy a bottle water, especially like at the gas station, I'm going to keep looking for that, and I'm not going to put my electrolytes in it just in case.
This liter of Smart Water that I got at the gas station 2 hours ago was $290.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
That adds up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was blown away. I was expecting to come on here and say this is a complete waste, this is a hoax. And I'm sitting here drinking alkaline water. But it's mainly for that metabolic study and the sleep, but then also the bone density potential.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, I would do it exclusively for the sleep benefits.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I think going back to what we said in the very beginning, our general listener, the majority of our listeners are females, are somewhere in our age range, plus or minus, a decade on either side. So you could be perimenopausal, you could be postmenopausal. So definitely age and stage of life where this, is potentially beneficial.
Yeah. So
The other part, too, is that it seems like because alkaline water has maintained its popularity, that I'm going to venture a guess that there will be more research that will come out.
Well, and I even found that they started looking into like the agricultural and the medicinal properties of alkaline water like back in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, wow.
But no one's really done much research, and we still have a very limited body of research.
Huh.
But I thought that was really interesting. Kind of says there may be something to it,
That is really interesting that they started it that long ago. Well, this was amazing. Our very first version of waste of money or worth it.
Yeah.
And apparently, this could be worth it.
Yeah. Y'all let us know what else you want us to review to see if
Yes.
it's a waste of money or worth it.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. And until next week.
Yeah. Get you some alkaline water.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Happy Eating Podcast. I'm Brierley Horton.
And I'm Carolyn Williams. If you liked this week's episode, then don't forget to rate and leave us a review on iTunes. And be sure to hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss a new episode.
We can't wait to have you back at our table next week for a brand new episode. Bye.
The contents discussed in the Happy Eating Podcast, such as advice, studies, text, graphics, images, and other material discussed or presented on the site or podcast, are for informational purposes only. Content is not intended to be a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your mental health professional or other qualified health providers with any questions you may have regarding your condition. Never disregard professional advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard on the Happy Eating Podcast.
If you are in crisis or think you may have an emergency, call your doctor or 911 immediately. If you're having suicidal thoughts, call 1-800-273-TALK, that's 8255, to talk to a skilled trained counselor at the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. If you are located outside the United States, call your local emergency line immediately.